When you come to a crossroad and run into the winner and the quitter in you, listen to the winner. The quitter will never take you down the road you want to travel. I believe we all have a winner in us. There is a winner inside of you. Sometimes we just have been around negativity for way too long, developed the mindset of a winner. The truth is, most people give up on their dream. Most people give up on their dream to live the average lifestyle. But it really doesn't matter what most people do. What do you do? Because you are different. You will never give up on your dream. You will never not listen to the average. You will always listen to the winner in you. You will believe in yourself when no one else does. You will believe in yourself when you have no reason to believe, and you will never, ever quit. I know some of you are going through a rough time right now. Some of you are going through the fight of your life. Fighting for your future, fighting for your career, fighting for your family. Some of you are fighting for your life. And I'm telling you, don't quit. Do not give in. I know life can be tough. I know life can wear you down. But if you just stick it out, even if you don't get the result you will find, the character you show will be your reward. The fighting spirit you develop will be the reward, and it will serve you well for the rest of your life. Fight for what you want now, or fight against what you don't want later. You choose. Don't you dare quit. Don't you dare settle. Don't you dare get back down. Not today or any other day. When the tough moments come, never forget you are in that moment writing your own legacy. In that tough moment, you are setting the standard for your character. Do you have the character? Well, do you? When you come to a crossroad and run into the winner and the quitter in you, listen to the winner. When you make a commitment to yourself, you make sure you see it through. Never, ever quit. Even if you don't get the result, you will find the character you show will be your reward. Don't you dare quit. Don't you dare ever settle, and don't you dare ever back down. Fight for what you want or fight against what you don't want at a later time. And always know that God is right there with you. Just allow God to guide and direct you, and you will always be a winner.
Good morning. My name is Ralf Friedrichs. I am an author and addiction recovery coach, a life coach, and host of this show, the Take Your Life Today radio show. You can also see a video version of this if you go to YouTube and type in Take Your Life Back Today show. What is multiple personality disorder, my friends? Multiple personality disorder, now called dissociative identity disorder or DID, is a rare and controversial mental health condition. It is characterized by dissociation or a disruption in an integrated consciousness of self-identity, memory, and perception. Occurrences of multiple personality disorders have been recorded for hundreds and hundreds of years. Yet, intense skepticism has endured. The disorder has been extensively studied, but results are often contradictory. This confusion has left many people to wonder what multiple personality disorder is and whether it is real or not. Cases of multiple personality disorders were first reported as demonic possessions. This could be because more than one personality appeared to exist in an alternated taking control of individual. Also, the behaviors exhibited usually fell outside of the accepted cultural and religious norms. The case of a French nun named Jeanne Fry in 1584 was one such example. Details of her exorcism were documented at the time and later became one of the first preserved records of symptoms related to multiple personality disorder. The symptoms recorded in 1584 are the same signs and symptoms currently experienced by people with the disorder. They included disordered eating, self-harm, and audible hallucinations, as well as the ability of different personalities to alternate control of Jeanne Fry's consciousness, knowledge, skill, changes, and behavior. By the 1900s, scientists and mental health professionals began to believe that existed within one person could be more disorder. These identities were viewed by some mental health professionals as separate or alternate people rather than in one identity expressed in the separate personalities. Many people called these separate personalities a split personality. The terms possession cases and non-possession cases continue to be used to describe the differences between how the disorder was observed. Possession cases where alternate personalities were easily observed by others. Non-possession cases where switching between alternate personalities did not happen for extended periods of time, or changes in mannerism and behaviors were slight or unnoticeable. By 1994, the name multiple personality disorder was changed to dissociative identity disorder in order to better reflect a current understanding of the condition. The new understanding characterized the different personalities that fragmented or splintered from one identity. It no longer considered the personalities to have developed as a separate, intact identities. Instead of one identity, was thought to have either never fully integrated, remaining in several parts, or was disrupted, fragmented into split personalities that became separate parts of the whole. Is multiple personality disorder different from dissociative identity disorder? When the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Health, 4th edition, was published, multiple personality disorder was renamed as dissociative identity disorder. The two disorders are essentially the same, meaning they refer to the same condition. However, the recharacterization of the disorder left some scientists and mental health professionals discerning between the two, citing their differences. The discussion has been centered around whether one believes there was a multiple independent and easily observable identities residing within one body, or that one core identity has been fractured into many split personalities that may or may not be observed by others. Previously, multiple personality disorder described the main issue as many identities in one person that are easily observed by others, gaps in memory, or the switching of personalities triggered solely by traumatic events. When the name changed to dissociative identity disorder, so did the deception of the main issue. It was updated and expanded the diagnostic criteria to include the following: splintering of a single identity into multiple or split personalities, switching of personalities that was either self-reported or observable by others, gaps in memory or switching between personalities that could happen during everyday life events and not solely during traumatic situations. Although some place great weight on changes in disorder characterization, most mental health professionals who are trained in the condition tend to find the changes less about the disorder and more about addressing how the disorder is currently understood. Is multiple personality disorder real? That is the question, my friends. Even though people have observed symptoms of multiple personality disorders over the course of history, and the disorder was formally recognized as a mental health condition by the first Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders in 1952, skepticism about the disorder persists. Multiple personality disorders have been described by some as an intergenetically inspired diagnosis, meaning that the mental or medical health practitioner somehow inadvertently introduced the condition to the individual seeking help during diagnostic procedures or treatment. However, that characterization does not explain the symptoms that prompted the individual to seek treatment in the first place, nor does it explain why, if a dissociative identity disorder is not responsible, treating for other mental health conditions appears not to alleviate symptoms, but later treated for DID appears to help. While the disorder continues to be hotly debated, nearly 2% of the population is suffering from it. What does multiple personality disorder feel like? Many people have experienced episodes of disassociation when they feel as though reality is hazy and they are in a dream, or feel as they are outside their body, observing events happen to them. However, people who suffer from multiple personality disorder, dissociative identity disorder, have much more severe experiences of disassociation that happen often and interfere with their ability to carry out their daily life functions. Disassociation is caused by the lack of connection between a person's memory, thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and individual sense of self. Many people who suffer from dissociative identity disorder have described the sensation that their bodies feel different or as if their bodies are not under their own control. At these times, a person might suddenly feel as though they are small, like a child, or frail, or more muscular than what his or her body normally feels like. People have also reported suddenly impulses and significant changes in emotions, attitudes, or personal preferences where there is no sense of control or ownership over their own feelings. During those times, people have expressed a loss of time or a sense of watching over themselves while someone else has control of their body, behavior, and behaviors. Some people who have DID have been described as hearing the voices of others while those others have control over their body. Friends, they have also heard voices of various personalities attached to multiple independent streams of thought happening simultaneously. People with dissociative identity disorder who experience vague states when there is a loss of time experience have reported various stages of recollection and awareness. Some have no memory of what happened, where they went, or what they did, and others have some awareness of overall amnesia and missed experience. Living with DID can be distressing and can often overlap with other conditions such as depression, anxiety, and personality disorders. Controversy surrounding DID itself can create added confusion for the people who may already be struggling with their symptoms. It is important to seek help from a trained mental professional or one who has experience with trauma or dissociative disorders. Can multiple personality disorders be cured? Friends, currently there is no cure for multiple personality disorder, but with treatment it is possible to alleviate symptoms and reduce the disruptions in the ability to function in daily life. Treatment usually includes a combination of talk therapy and medication. Talk therapy is generally aimed at trying to unify or reunify a fractured identity. The prevailing belief is that the identity is fractured during childhood and in children who are exposed to extreme persistent trauma, abuse, and or life-threatening experiences. These children also often lack adequate, safe, nurturing resources to handle these traumatic situations, and they are disassociated in order to cope. During the disassociation, the experience feels like it is happening to someone else rather than to the child. Some professionals assert that since children have not yet fully integrated their identities, this disassociation prevents the identity from integrating or cause a split. The goal of the psychotherapy is to deconstruct each split personality and reintegrate it with the core identity. Specific types of talk therapy focus on dealing with the traumas and abuse of each personality, developing coping strategies, and working toward several objectives. To prevent further traumas, to stabilize emotions, to unify and integrate personalities, to establish relationships between personalities when integration is not possible. Sometimes reunification or reintegration is not possible. In those situations, the goal is to create a harmonious environment where the remaining personalities work together in a way that allows for a better functioning everyday life. Medications are generally used to treat symptoms associated with other mental disorders, rather than to treat dissociative identity disorder. Usually, anti-anxiety medications are used to treat anxiety, antidepressants to treat depression, and antipsychotics to treat audio or visual hallucinations. Therapists who have advanced training or who specialize in trauma-related conditions can be helpful in treating dissociative disorder. Long-term residential care is also an effective option. Call me 844-405-HELP. Together we can help each other take our lives back. Be good to yourselves and always be good to each other. And a simple smile to your neighbor can change that neighbor's day and can change your day too. Split personalities. They're out there. They exist. Many people have it. But through God, God can work and unify your personalities into one. May God bless each and every one of you. I hope to talk to you guys tomorrow. And take good care. And remember, for God so loved the world, He gave His only Son. Take good care of yourselves. Take care. Bye-bye.